1800s. And so my family has been farming since then. And we run a corn and soybean operation. Typically, about 50% of our acres are planted to corn each year and 50% to soybean. But we have an exceptional spring this year. We're extremely late. In fact, we're still planting soybean. And typically we would be completely done with putting a crop in by now. In the month of May, we didn't get started planting corn until I think it was the 14th or 15th of May. We got a few days in, and about 2/3 of our intended corn acres were planted. And then we were kept out of the field for a number of days, and so the month of May just went away, and we got into June. And because we're in this northern climate, I have to make sure that my crops mature and develop the quality that we need to market. And so we opted away from corn at that point, and we have been going on soybean. We are not planting at a rate that we would like to, or what would be typical for us, because the fields just don't seem to want to dry out. We had a late harvest. Any field with a tremendous amount of residue on it is still holding moisture and will not support our efforts to plant the new crop. But we are making progress. It's slow, but we're not rushing it. It is important that we place seed into good soil conditions to get good, healthy, vigorous crop growth to come throughout the growing season. So that's kind of the way where we're at right now with spring's work. And of course, we get these little showers that don't really help matters any, but we're dealing with it. We'll get this crop in, and I look forward to growing another good quality crop again this year. I certainly want you to be able to ask questions of me. Whatever comes to mind, whatever you're interested in knowing, I'll do my best to answer. As you can see by the grain storage facility that I have on the farm here, we plant about 4,000 acres total here between corn and soybean. We have, pardon?
4,000 acres.
4,000 acre. We have the ability to dry and condition and store the majority of a crop. The other home farm also has grain storage at it, and I think it hasn't been too much of an issue for us to maintain quality with our stored crops, and actually I think we do it quite well. And you got to remember that we're in a northern climate here. When we harvest, we typically always harvest dry soybean, so it's coming off the field at marketable moisture of 13% moisture or less. We put it into storage, and we typically aerate that soybean for a couple weeks time, just to make sure that there's no inconsistencies throughout the grain mass within those silos. And then we get cold here. It gets really cold during the winter here, and so it's like having your crop in a refrigerator. That's how well we can keep it here. But throughout my marketing period would typically be anything from harvest delivery and scattered out through months of the year into the next crop year. And I make sales over a period of 18 to 24 months on one crop year. In fact, I just sold the last of my 2018 soybean crop to be delivered in July. Right, Darren? Yeah, that's the guy that bought it from me. And I'm sure Darren, we'll load trucks here from this site. We'll haul it up to his facility, And there he can load, you know, shuttle trains and in 4 days' time have it to the Pacific Northwest, ready to be transloaded onto bulk vessel. So